the affection that she had for my dad was something different. My brother, Paula, myself, we're not very showy. We're not the family as I love you and have for each other. But with Amira, it's different. She always says I love you. She's always the first to visit my mom and dad whenever we need anything. And so I really just relish the bond that my dad and us fight together. So, you ready? Can you use it?
Hello everyone. I would like to celebrate my dad's life. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Galela as the father of his 5 children. My dad lived a great life. He was an amazing, loving husband, father, and a grandfather, and a cherished friend. My dad was such a good person. He was so kind, he was so generous, and hardworking. He was also a man of few words. But whenever he spoke, he always made people laugh at his words. He lived a life full of love, joy, and laughter. But most of all, delicious food by mom. I wanted to share a couple of memories I have with Dad. First one, I remember when I was a kid in the Philippines, and Dad was driving, PJ was in the front, I was in the backseat with Mom. We were driving to Bataan. And I think halfway through, we stopped at a gas station, and Dad and PJ went to use the restroom. I was in the backseat taking a nap. And then I think Mom initially didn't want to go to the restroom, but I just remember waking up, driving off, and then I noticed that Mom wasn't next to me. And so we were driving, and I was like, Dad, where's Mom? And then he just took a quick glance. He's like, oh my gosh, I forgot your mom at the gas station. And I was like, what? How could you forget Mom? So then he made a U-turn, and we had to drive all the way back, and Mom was there waiting. She made friends with a stranger, and then we gave that stranger a ride to their destination. And so lesson learned, always check your back seats, or make sure everyone's waiting in the car before you drive off. Another one that I always remember is Dad was so great at those toy claw machines. Because I remember every night he would come home and he would bring me home a stuffed toy from the claw machine every night. And I think I've collected maybe 3 or 4 large bags of it. And unfortunately, it got destroyed by the typhoon in the Philippines many years ago. So that's why now every time I see a claw machine, it reminds me of Dad. I have so many great memories of Dad. And I will cherish those forever. Let us remember him with gratitude, respect, and honor his legacy by continuing to live life to the fullest, just like he did. Dad, we will carry your love and wisdom with us, always. This isn't a goodbye. It's a see you later, because we will see you again one day.
So, I think I'm going to sing. I'm going to take my Ray-Ban off. I'm going to sing and just wondering if there's anybody playing. Anybody got a guitar? Oh, wait a minute. There's something over there. I did better when I was practicing. I know you guys don't want to see a grown man cry. I'm sorry. Please stand with me. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up with a thousand far behind me. Where troubles met like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow. Birds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond your racing mind. I needed that encouragement the first time. Well, what can I say about my dad? Besides the first one, a very sensitive man, humble, multi-talented, has a voice of an angel. In his younger years, he had a magnetic personality. People gravitated towards him. When he walks into the room, people stop what they're doing and look in awe. He was once recruited to be an actor, but enough about me. Let's talk about my dad. Kidding aside, I seriously think that my dad has everything planned. My dad was born in October, married my mom, was born in December. Being the first child, I was born in February. And in 2 years, my brother Don was born in March. There was a pattern. And with my mom's participation, they planned to have another child to follow in April. But Alma being Alma, tried again, and yes, they got my brother in April. But there was a gap. November, October, December. So the last try, they made sure that they had a last child in November. So every month except January, but I think he had plans for it. My dad had it all planned. I mean, think about it. Alwyn, Alan, right? Alma, Alfonso, Amira Joy. He had it all planned. I was talking to a friend of mine in Ohio. By the way, I'm from Ohio. Buckeye. He was a widower. He told me, you know what? He misses his wife. That's a Filipino girlfriend that he loves dearly, but he misses his wife. He said, Al, really, it's your wife or husband that you really work with the most. Your children, your kids, you enjoy them, your toddlers, you do stuff. But once they hit puberty, once they hit teenage years, they don't even want to talk to you. They just lock themselves in their room, and then of course they go off to college and maybe visit you every now and then. Your siblings. Depends on how the gap is. You have fun together, play, do stuff together, but eventually you go in your separate ways. You have your own friends that steer you away from your family most of the time, and also you have they have their own family. And sometimes you just lose touch. So really, it's your partner, your wife or your husband. In fact, it was so bad. My friend said that every year he would, every Christmas he would write a Christmas card and put in a small amount to his kids, and nobody even raised it. So this year he did the same and wrote a check and sent it to his kids for Christmas. Before Christmas, all his kids came. And I said, what's the secret? I didn't sign the checks. My mom and dad loved each other. That was a good example that my dad left for me. I know my mom and dad. My mom, even when she had her told me, she really loved my dad. On the phone, even though she was in the hospital, she would tell my brother to make sure that my dad is eating and how to make rice hot for breakfast. And my dad, of course, reciprocated every time. He would say, I'm lucky to have you. I don't know what I would have to do. So we had it all planned, my dad, on December 20th, last year, about 6 o'clock. He was coming from the bathroom with his walker. He was on his way to bed, which was high, and he sat at the side of Tending his weight, he would be in the corner, maybe dozed off. But Dad, I just want to thank you for being a decent person and leaving us with a name that we can be proud of. Galela. And I thank you for that. I love you. You want me to sing again?
Yeah, I really believe that he had it all planned too. The way I received the news, it was 6 p.m. was in my apartment room entertaining to my sister called me. And she basically said, "That's not responsive." And our call got cut. That's how it calls again. He was calls were calling me back now. First responders were on their way. My sister asked me to go ahead and track down right away, San Diego. I'm still very hopeful that by the time I get to San Diego, my dad would have been alive. But unfortunately, I'm not drive. I already received words of condolences because my dad's death is already in the social media. So that's how I found out. And I know he had it all planned because I was actually with him that Tuesday before that Friday. That Wednesday before Friday. So I took him to his doctor's appointment. And as I left him and went back to my interview, she said goodbye. And I knew that that year off, he was also on the phone with my sister. And yeah, he basically just dozed off. And he's been saying a few weeks before that he was going to go. He was in the hospital for 1 week the night before. And so we were prepared. It wasn't a shock to us. We came a little bit sooner than we wanted, but we were all ready to accept what would happen. Passing away is a funny thing, but I really believe it's something that we can celebrate. So on that note, I'm going to call on my auntie, Auntie Mary. In our family, there's a few working pastor for the new church, and I'd like to ask Auntie Mary to say a few words if you don't mind.
Good afternoon and welcome to the celebration of life of our dear brother, Alfonso Galela. Paul, as we fondly call him, was a devoted husband to his wife, my sister Janet. And he was a very, very loving and very caring person to his father, his children. Was a gentle and quiet person. He did not talk a lot. But his actions spoke louder than words. Actions of love, of kindness,
sometimes discussed about life after death. He acknowledged and believed that there is another life in the other world waiting when one has finished his journey in this natural world. He knew that death should not be feared as long as one is prepared to go to heaven by shining eagle's sins against God. For them, one will be in the company of angels. With this knowledge and belief he had about life after death, we can surmise that the angels welcomed him with open arms when they came and took him to the world without end, the spiritual world, the final destination of everyone who believes in God and do His commandments. In the New Jerusalem Church, we see death as gateway to eternal life, recognizing that each individual who dies rises about the third day after death with a spiritual body, a body more perfect in every respect than the one he left behind, and he will never enter again into the material body. So although we mourn the loss of a loved one, we celebrate his or her resurrection. When the body can no longer perform its functions in this world, in response to the thoughts and affections of the spirit, then we say that the person has died. And the body, which is the vessel of life in this world, shall return to the earth as it was, and that the spirit shall return to God who gave it. We simply move from one world into another, and that is evident in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 7. So the spirit never dies, because only separated from the body. We as people are people, not because of our bodies, but because of our spirits. After all, it is the spirit that thinks, and thought and affections together make us the people we are. After death, a person lives to eternity is evident from the Bible, where life in heaven is called life everlasting. And the Lord said also to his disciples, because I live, you live also. And concerning the resurrection, the Lord said, God is the God of the living and not God of the dead. And that is written in the book of John and Luke. Lastly, when one passes from the natural world into the spiritual world, he takes with him all things belonging to him as human being, except his earthly body and material things. He carries with him all things which he had within himself, such as affections and thoughts he had from the people he had left behind. This is why the inner meaning of the word death means resurrection and continuation of life. I hope this glimpse of life after death shall give comfort to those whose loved ones have departed, for they are in a better world than husband to his wife, and great, great father to his children, and very kind and thoughtful person to his relative and friends. Lord, may you keep your son Alfonso in peace, according to thy word, as he makes his journey in the spiritual world, where we have prepared a place for him. Amen.
Salamat po. Honoring a life of love. I guess we really can't talk about my dad's life without talking about his love for my mom. They were together for 58 years. Before that, they were in a situationship for 4 years. We've been very lucky, like what my brother said. We grew up with a lot of good influences, a lot of great couples, like me, where we were Uncle Captain, Uncle Jess in the beginning, of course, even in our church, Architect Herman as well, and Tita Pressy, Uncle Joe, and Tita Nurse. So, love between my mom and dad truly means a lot to us, our kids. Because just imagine this, just picture this. My dad is from Tondo, Manila. He grew up in the 40s. Tondo is like the slums of Manila. Tough crowd. And he had polio at a very young age. So he had a certain age. He went to a very tough high school. He started at Santos High School in Tondo. But despite all of that, when he met my mom at the University of the East, and even with, I wouldn't call rejection, but initial non-acceptance of my mom's family, of my dad, they basically created a life and family that was me. Yeah, I mean, we had a great family and we kept it going, from Tondo to Fort Bonifacio, to Mandaluyong, to Pasig. They retired together and immigrated, started anew here in San Diego. So, I just want to bring up another clip of my mom and dad, and I hope you can enjoy this. celebrate my dad's life, I want to open my gift bag and my siblings or my mom would want to share stories or share any thoughts. If you want to say something. JR? JR? I guess you're being volunteered about this. Is the album.
Hi everyone. My name is Alfonso, but most of you know me as JR, which is very confusing. My daddy had a sense of humor. Today I'll share some fond memories of my father. Most of the memories will be from my childhood. I have memories of my dad when I was around 3 or 4. He would come after work around 7 p.m. and he would still play horsey with me. And I did the math. He was around in his mid-40s when we played together. I'm already 40. Turning 41. I'm not sure if I did what. Running around, I had a toddler, chasing a little boy around the house. I wouldn't know if I had that energy to do that afterward. When I was 12, we had our store in EDSA. I remember closing our store, and on our way home, we usually reach the house around 7:30, so it was pretty late. But we decided to get some ice cream. We stopped by the store, he handed me some cash. I closed the door and got down the car. I fell in line to get the ice cream, and then a few moments later, I just heard the car moving away. Just like my mom, my dad forgot. I was shocked. The store was so far, sobrang layo niya. I could walk home, but the ice cream was left. So I decided to just commute. When I
People always say it's the dash between the years, the times between our birth and death, that truly defines who we are and the legacy we leave behind. Today, I want to honor my dad by sharing what his dash meant to me and many others. Throughout the years, he taught me important life lessons that shaped my path to success and helped me grow into a person of true worth. Among the most profound lessons are devotion, generosity, love, dignity, and humility. Allow me to share these stories. My dad was born in Tondo, Manila, and faced an uphill battle early in life when he contracted polio at the age of 3. It was a challenge that shaped much of his journey. As a young boy, he struggled with the physical effects of the disease and endured bullying at school because of his limp. At some point, he wanted to give up on school entirely, but my grandfather stood firm, telling him that education was not just important, it was essential. He reminded my dad that manual labor might not be possible for him, so his path forward would be through hard work and education. My dad embraced that challenge, worked tirelessly, and ultimately earned a degree. He went on to build a remarkable career, spending over 34 years as a dedicated professional, medical pharmaceuticals, one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the Philippines. People often say that to make a marriage work, the husband must always say yes, dear, to his wife. Well, nobody personified this better than my dad. Daddy always allowed mom to have her way, creating a relationship that was effortless and unbreakable. I often asked him who he loved most in the world, hoping he'd say it was me. But his answer was always the same. It's mommy. Even when I protested, tell him, but I am your flesh and blood. He just smiled and looked up. I'll always love you, Mama, more than you, your siblings, and anybody else. That to me is true devotion. As a child growing up, my dad called me Bilmoko, which meant buying me something. I always asked my dad to buy me whatever whim I wanted, and he always did without hesitation. Not just for me, this included all my siblings as well. He was always very generous with us and his extended family, sharing his good fortune with others. This was his lesson in generosity. My childhood was wonderful, not because of the extravagant things he provided us, but because of the simple moments and treasured memories that truly mattered. I was my dad's shadow. I followed him everywhere he went, from going to the bank, to carrying out store errands, to simply feeding small chicks in Stensa Central Market. I also remember my dad taking me around tirelessly in a hand dog he named Chadeng. That's Mercedes. On our way to school every morning, he'd let me sit next to him on the left side of the driver's seat, providing me the best seat, something that could never be allowed here in the States. These were some of the daily routines together, and these fond memories taught me love. As an adult, I remember my dad for his wife's strength. He was a man of few words, but his actions always spoke volumes. I still cherish our conversations in the car whenever he picked me up from high school, and even my first year of college, all the way from his office in Manhattan. His advice was raw, honest, and filled with a kind of care only a genuine being able to thought it could possibly install. This one dad was such a good person. I don't think there's anybody in this room who could say anything negative about him. Because honestly, I don't think there's anything bad to say. He was kind, gentle, generous, soft-spoken, and never harsh to anyone. I don't even have bad memories of him. Having a father like this was one of the biggest blessings of my life. And with that, I learned humility. My dad stood tall in such a gigantic world. There will never be monuments or buildings named after him. He did not invent anything that changed technology or the world. Most people will not even know that a certain Alfonso Galela existed. And that's okay, because Daddy changed the world with those around him, and he meant the world to us. I'm not crying because my dad died, nor because of the way he died. I'm crying because I will never see my dad again, and because I only have good memories of him. Even as a teenager, which, let's face it, can be a rebellious time, I don't think there was ever a day that I hated him. Not once. People say life goes on, and eventually it will get easier. Maybe it will. But for now, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to grieve. And I am living in the moment. My dad was, and will always be, a very important person in my life. I think I honor him by grieving his loss, because he deserves to be remembered for the life he lived, and because I love him deeply. Eventually, we will all lose our identity, and people may forget our names. My dad might be remembered as someone's friend, co-worker, relative, or neighbor. But me, I will never forget how my dad really, really loved my mom. She was his whole world. I'll never forget how much he loved and spoiled every one of his kids. He was a family man, and his entire life revolved around us. And that's a profound way to be remembered. From a poor boy in condo to achieving his dreams and more, I would say Daddy had a great life. We are here in this lifetime because we all have a mission to fulfill. I guess Daddy fulfilled his mission, and now he had to go. I don't fully know what it was, and I may never understand it. But in 300 years, somehow, we'll realize his contribution to the world. But I hope my siblings and I honor his name by living out our best versions every day in memory of our dad. Whenever we tell people how much we love them, we always express it by saying, I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my mind, or I love you with all my soul. But I know that my heart will eventually stop beating, and my mind will